So anything that you do to this piece should be done to the center, and then you'll erase all the units around it and then replace them. So that's to say, if you have a discrepancy along, say for instance, this edge here of the design unit, you're going to fix the center of that one. Don't fix the one to the left because you're going to delete it. Let me show you what I mean. So if I come over and zoom in, it just is a little like edge here that looks funny. So I'm on the center design unit, and all I'm going to do is use the clone stamp tool. It's right here. Hotkey is S for it. And then you get different size brushes. Use a bracket to make that brush much smaller. About that big, looks good. I'm also going to go up to the menu here and bring the hardness all the way up. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to be on this particular unit, and I'm going to just turn the eyeball on and off and say, okay, I know I'm on the center block. I'm on the center unit. I have it selected. It's highlighted in blue. And what I want to do is sample from this and put it on my block over here. So you hold down Alt, click, and then you Alt click and drag across. And by the way, I have to have my opacity turned all the way up, and I'm going to have this set to all layers. Okay, so Alt click, and I can come over. Now I'm painting right onto the layer that I'm fixing up. Same thing over here. There's a little bit of this, like, some of the design over here is missing, and I just want to bring that into the design, so something like that. Same thing over here. I'm missing a little bit, so I click and drag, and so I Alt click, release, and that see the little cursor? It just kind of follows me along, just like that. Okay, I think that looks decent. This line's funny, so I want to correct it on. Remember, I want to correct it on my center block. And oh, actually I'm down on a different block here, so I don't have to worry about that. I should go back up and fix it up here because it's on my center block. I'm only repairing the center block. Okay, so what I can do is just Alt click and drag and erase that line, and then I can sample from this one and bring it across just like that. It's a pretty simple designed fix. And there we go. So I'm not worried about it's not working on this edge because I've repaired the center block. Let me show you what I mean. When I zoom back out, grab the move tool and just delete all the layers that you put in there already. So I know I've repaired this edge. Come in, and anything that you can see what happens is it wants to select out into this area, and so because I painted in that area by accident, I painted on the other design unit. I'll just need to get rid of that stuff, and the easiest way is to zoom way in, use the marquee tool. By the way, that's this tool up here. Grab the eraser, make it nice and big, and just get rid of that stuff. And if you need to, I just hit right up along the edge here. Make sure I don't have any extra stuff. Hang along. If you prefer, you could just take your marquee tool right up, pixel perfect, right up to the edge. You can see I went over a little bit. Zoom way in. With that marquee tool, you can move it one over. And then I can just run my eraser right up that edge. Scroll up. So if you paint over onto the other design unit, but you're selected on your particular edge, kind of makes it so it paints extra space. So now when I select that, you can see that my bounding box, it now clicks right back to the edge of my design. And then I can Alt click and drag again. And now that side of my design works pretty well. If I have to make any repairs to this side, let's see if I do. I might not have to. I click and drag across. Bring it right over. There it is. Now it works. See that? It didn't work before, but since I repaired that side, this side of the design works as well. You're going to rinse and repeat for the top and the bottom, and then set it into repeat. For those in the advanced design course, once you set this into repeat and you repair your edges, go to File, Save As, Make sure to always save your Photoshop file, but save as a JPEG. If you need to change the image size afterwards, just go to image size and make sure for a presentation on PowerPoint, say for instance, that your whole image isn't really much bigger than 1200 pixels. Okay, good luck with using the clone stamp tool and repairing your edges. Make sure that you always stick to just repairing the center motif and erasing everything outside.